So our next act is called Teresa and Friends.
Okay, don't open it. Don't open it. Hi! Hi! It's hard! I'm sorry! Because I have so many talents, I couldn't pick which one I wanted to do. But I'm going to figure it out. But anyway, the other reason I'm sad is because I've been seeing these acts and I feel sad because they're gonna lose. Okay, so anyway, I brought some friends and we're gonna begin now, okay? Oh, thank you. Can you hear me? All right. All right. All right. You could hear me though, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Yes. Okay.
Watch out, you two.
These are some of my friends, but I have more friends, okay? Friends? Oh no, number one. Number two. No. Take a spin. And number three. Thank you very much. Now, listen. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Okay, and you just can answer however you like, as long as it's a yes or a no by a nod or a little shake of the head. Okay? Now, the first question is, have any of you heard of the country Iraq? Who's heard of Iraq?
Number 3.
Who's lying? Okay, now, what I'm going to ask you is, who has had some Iraq? Who's had some? Raise your hand. Very good. Now, what I'm going to say is, who's had too much Iraq? There we go. And who hasn't had enough yet? What about you, lady? Okay. Okay. Now, what I'd like to demonstrate is that you three can get along. Okay? Is that true or not? Can you get along? Okay. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to play some little game together. Now, what could you do? Maybe could you do a ring around the rosy?
No.
Okay, let's do it. You start. Come on. Awesome. Ring around the rosy. Hush up. Dear. Okay. I just have a couple of O's. I hear you use a walker. Do you use Does anybody bring their walker with them? No, come back on the stage. Could you give me a hand? Okay, right there. Come on, back on the stage. You just really ask, not yours.
He's okay.
Okay, so I just want to say one more thing, and that is, if you were a tree, what would you look like?
What are those? What are those?
Okay, I'm still a tree. There you go. Okay, if you were a piece of candy, what would you look like? Nice. Okay. Now, if you were, let's say, you were President of the United States. Now, can we be a little peaceful here? Okay? Okay. No hitting the men, okay? No hitting the men, all right? If you were president, we're going to do this one at a time. What would you look like? If you were president, what would you look like?
This is so funny.
What would you look like? Very, very good. Does anybody have any questions you'd like to ask of any of these? Just quickly. Anybody have a question at all?
Yeah, why does Barack have a black face with white arms?
He's got the Michael Jackson disease. There's answers to anything. Right? Anybody else have a question? Questions at all? I have a question. Why don't you have on a pantsuit? I thought do you like to wear pantsuits? I'm talking to you, lady. Where's your pantsuit? I forgot where it was. You feel like you're about to put your pantsuit. And did you hear? Things, and you may think you're punching him, you know. Anyway, any other questions at all? Anybody have a question? At all? Well, I want to thank you for helping me. This is the first part of my performance, but I really appreciate it, and I hope you can all be friends. And I want you to not give the victory sign, but I'd like you all to give my audience and your audience the peace sign. Peace, man. Peace. Peace. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
That was cute, Tommy.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Still recording? Okay. Are you still recording? Yes. Now, I have a few more issues I'd like to discuss. And the first one is that I'd like to say good evening, ladies and germs. All right? Good evening, ladies and germs. All right?
Is the microphone on?
Hello, is it on? And you know, I have a couple of imitations. Actually, I only have one. And my friends were supposed to see this, but I'm just gonna turn around and then I'll come back and you're gonna guess who I am. Okay? Just a second.
John, could you come up with
John was the one. John Barack Obama. John was
Careful.
Yeah, I got it.
Where were you born? Where were you born?
Donald Trump!
Where were you born?
Donald Trump!
That's right. Oh, Chris Matthews.
Well, yeah, it was on third. See, they pulled it out again.
You unplugged me.
Right in the front, it says Michael. Are they over there?
All right. I do have a little singing. The reason I was crying at the beginning of my act is because I am a multi-talented person, and so therefore I did want to do a little singing, but I wanted to do my comedy too. But I would like to tell my favorite joke. Okay, and this is my favorite joke. I tell my students this is my favorite joke, and this is my favorite joke. A guy walks into the kitchen, okay, and his wife is in the kitchen, and she looks at him, and he's got a handful of dog poop, dog crap, okay, and she looks up at him, and he says, "Hey, look what I overstepped in."
It's got it all. Here's another joke. Once they were having a seminar about different religions, okay, well, in particular, it was a religion about, it was a seminar about what, let me get this straight, it was what nationality Jesus is, okay, and so they said, well, Jesus was Irish because he loved stories and he loved green pastures. And they said, well, no, Jesus was Italian because he loved to eat, he loved to bread, and he loved good wine, okay? And they said, no. They said that Jesus was Mexican because he falsely accused and he didn't get a fair trial, okay? And they said, well, no, he wasn't Mexican, he was black because he had a lot of soul and he called everybody a brother, all right? And they said, well, no, he wasn't that, he was from California. And they said, why? Well, because he was here, but he's got his own religion, all right? And they said, well, no. Really, when they came down to it, they said that Jesus was a woman. And they said, what do you mean, Jesus was a woman? And they said, yeah, because he hung around with a whole bunch of guys that just didn't get it, okay? And then, even after he was dead, he had to get up and do more work. Okay, so that's my Jesus joke. All right, and here's my last formal joke. It's a goodie. It's about Adam and Eve. Okay, so Adam and Eve. So God made Adam the first man. All right, and so then he decided that he should do something else, right? So he's going to make Eve, right? So he says to Adam, he says, take a walk in the Garden of Eden, and I'm going to be busy doing something, right? And so Adam's busy, he's walking around, he comes back, and he's kind of bothering God. He's looking over his shoulder, and he's like, hey, give me a minute, okay? So finally, God is done with Eve, and he pushes her towards Adam, and he says, spend some time with her. He says, what's that? He says, spend some time with her, walk around the garden, right? So he walks around the garden with Eve, and he comes back and he leaves her sitting like over near that tree that he shouldn't have left her next to. But anyway, he comes over and says, God, he says, listen, I spent some time. You said, she's a woman, her name is Eve. And he said, yeah. And he says, listen, I've been talking to her, and why did you make her so beautiful? And God said, so you would love her. Okay? And then Adam said to God, and why did you make her so soft? After that, I touched her a little bit. Why did you make her so soft? And God said, so you would love her. And then Adam said, but God, I was talking to her, and why did you make her so stupid? Okay? And God said, so she would love you. I like to tell that to my college classes because the guys are going like, yeah, getting in the leg. Hello. All right. No. All right. Now the last thing I want to do is I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to give you a flavor of it. But when my father and my mother got together with their friends, they did things like this. Like Elizabeth was saying, we performed. My mother was a singer. She loved to sing. She brought that to all our lives. And when they would have parties with their friends, they would have songs that they each sang. And my Uncle Dan, who was Chris and George's father, used to sing On the Road to Mandalay, right? And then they had a little French friend called Henry Petit, and he sang Alouette, Alouette. Some of you might remember that from way back, right? But my father's song was what?
Ivan Skavinsky's
Ivan Skavinsky's Car. And I have that song here. It's a little bit long, but the amazing thing about it is that it takes place in one of the places in the world that has always had trouble, okay? You guys have heard of Crimea,
You guys have heard of Russia, okay? Well, this has always been a problem spot. And John and I love history, and we were talking about the beginning of World War I, because it's the 100th anniversary of the start of World War I this year. And it started in the same place. And it's funny, because I thought of singing this song for my father, and I'm really not gonna, I might sing a couple of verses. But the two characters in it are Ivan Skidinsky Skavar. What nationality is that? Right. And the other guy in the song is Abdul Abulbul Amir. You know, what do you think he is? Islam. He is a Muslim, okay? And if you read this song, it's just about them having a fight, and they both die in the end. But when I was talking about it, it was like an incredible topical song, okay? So I'm just going to sing a couple of verses just because it'll mean something to my sisters, all right? Is everything okay? The sons of the prophet are brave men and bold, and quite unaccustomed to fear. But the bravest by far in the ranks of the Shah was Abdul Bulbul Amir. If you wanted a man to encourage the van or harass the foe from the rear, storm, fort, or redoubt, you had only to shout for Abdul Bulbul Amir. Now the heroes were plenty and well known to fame in the troops that were led by the Tsar. And the bravest of these was a man by the name of Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. One day this bold Russian, he shouldered his gun and donned his most truculent sneer. Downtown he did go, where he trod on the toe of Abdul Abulbul Amir. All right, now they have a fight. And then at the end, there's a tomb rises up where the blue Danube rolls, and graved there in characters clear is stranger when passing, oh pray for the soul of Abdul Abulbul Amir. A splash in the Black Sea, one dark moonless night, caused ripples to spread wide and far. It was made by a sack fitting close to the back of Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. A Muscovite maiden her lone vigil keeps 'neath the light of the cold northern star, and the name that she murmurs in vain as she weeps is Ivan Skavinsky Skavar. Okay, I believe the Dumonts are up. And if you need the curtain closed, I'll help you.